99.97% pure Criollo genetically. So they were even surprised that it still exists.
It was like isolated
because of it has been isolated. Yes, and for them that becomes the Criollos here that we have in the country is not only a national treasure but a world treasure because of the old genetics. So that is what we're trying to see how we can maximize on that, because just because it's a white bean cacao doesn't guarantee you the flavor and aroma that people would like to have. And it's not just having the white beans or the Criollo genes that you want. You have to look at it in the commercialization of the variety, because in the end you can have a white bean cacao but it will only give you so much. So it might be very costly how to start doing production of the bean.
Produce it,
Yes, you might have a 80% Criollo and give you a better production than to have a 99% pure, no? So those are, you have to balance things out. In the end, it's going to have a commercial value to think about, and farmers are the ultimate beneficiaries of these varieties that we're trying to promote. We have to make sure that they get the return that is available for the varieties that we have. But so far, it was nice to know that the varieties that we are growing, we entered it into a competition, and people realized that it has the quality that has
and really special flavor.
special flavor. In fact, that is one of their comments. The judges' comments are, it's a very complex taste, and it's palatable even without sugar. So it can be taken in 100%, and it's still palatable. That's
also way more healthier.
Yeah,
than
healthier,
common
because
chocolate.
right now the trend is people wants to eat healthier chocolate.
dark.
Lesser sugar, the better. Yeah.
Sugar.
Yeah, so that's characteristics of the varieties that we were able to collect. I'm sure there is still some Criollos around waiting to be discovered, and the search should not stop. No? What happened is it's it's an initial step. In fact, when we started the project of doing the collection of this white bean cacao that we have, people who were supposed to be experts in cacao here in the country were frowning on the idea of going back to the old genetics, because the trend is really going hybrid.
Hybrids.
Trinitarios are where they have been focusing on the breeding to give them more bigger buds, bigger beans, no? Because if you have to understand the chocolate industry, these big multinational companies have their own fixed uh, uh, recipe.
Yeah, the blends.
Yes, they're blends, no? So you give them a very nice tasting cacao bean, they don't care, because they have their own. They will just burn it out, make the bitterness, and put sugar, and it will always taste the same. A Hershey bar will always taste the same. In the beginning, I had no other basis of trying to look for it. It was just the white bean cacao. So what I would do is, I was based in Cebu at the time, and I would travel out in the country, and I would see an old tree in somebody's backyard, and when I see a pod, I would ask for a pod, and I would say, can I ask for one pod? They will give it to me, and I would tell them I am looking for white bean cacao. I told them that, no, and during the travel, I started to see pods giving white beans. In the beginning, it was all violet, pink, purple. But the farther I went out of the city, I went up in the mountains where the folks there are drinking sikwate, the old drinks, and they have their own cacao trees in their backyard. So this has been their tradition.
Wow.
It's a custom that they drink sikwate. This is chocolate. In
trees.
fact, they have this kinutil. It's a concoctions that have they made. It's a chocolate. tablea, plus tuba, the mix tuba, tuba and raw egg.
Fish liquor?
Yeah, that taba coming from coconut.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
Baileys, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like with what with egg, and
Oh,
they
with
drink.
egg also.
Yeah, and the farmers drink that before they go to their farm. So it's a tonic. It's a energy drink.
Energy drink.
Yeah, energy drink. I realized that the old folks made that, no, and when they come home, they also drink that. And
I have to
yeah.
try that.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
interesting. So,
And also, I also experienced that they were telling me that they give this particular white bean cacao to ladies who just gave birth as an energy drink for them to bring back yeah, recover. Yeah. So the people are using this white bean cacao as part of um uh as energy drink, and it benefits the body. So they realize that. And so what I would do, I would ask for a pod, and that is what we'll try to do now. This particular pod, we found this here in Pandanon. This is here local. This is a
local
Negros.
one.
Negros. Yeah, Mursha.
Ah,
Mursha,
yes.
no?
I've been there
Yeah.
a few times.
So
Where we went last time with Easter people. The Easter with Steve.
It's in
So-
the mountains.
this is in the mountain. So basically, this is what I would do. I would just open it up. And basically, that's how all cacao would look like. Uh, it is covered with a pulp that has the sugar. And we can try it. We can taste
Can you
it.
eat it like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, just eat it. It's
Yeah.
fresh, right? Have you tried? Yeah, that's and
Sweet and fruity.
yeah, and the cacao varieties that we have gives you different flavors right there. From the pulp alone, it already more give you an indication of what it will become. So what I would do is just do a bean cut test. I would cut the bean into half.
And half.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Delicious.
and this is what I will find that makes it interesting because it's white.
White
The white
inside.
inside also,
Yeah.
not the outside.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one is another variety that we found in Pinamungahan in Cebu. Yeah. So Pinamungahan.
Pinamungahan.
Yeah, that's after Toledo going south.
Okay.
Ang isa na
Okay.
yan.
That this is local. This is here in
Pandanon.
Pandanon.
Pandanon variety.
So over time, I was able to more or less find other cultivars. So that is something you try so you
Try
can
again.
compare. Yeah. Namit. It's sweeter. No? So the content, the sugar content varies. Yeah.
Sweeter.
In fact, this is the cultivar, the Russian.
We got the
Got-
seedlings
yeah.
from this one.
Because
Yeah.
in fact, when she was here, she ate all of the seed. Ate
is
all
nice.
of the seed. Yeah, and she was telling me, I can already picture out the chocolate that I can make out of this. The company she owns is Amazing Cacao. It's based in St. Petersburg, and I think she's also going to have a chocolate shop in Peking in Beijing. In Beijing.
Still white.
Yeah, so we will try to cut.
It's definitely different flavor from the first one here from
Mhm,
Negros.
mhm.
So I prefer the first one.
Yeah.
But taste is different. Everybody has a different taste.
You prepare this one.
Oh,
Yeah, but you see here, it now has a cross. No?
Oh,
So because we have Trinitarios here, because when I started to plant cacao, not knowing about Criollo, I planted the Trinitario. These are purple beans cacao. and they are just planted very near each other. And what happened is it cross-pollinates. In fact,
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
what
That
you
was the
call
story of the
Cross-
genetic. Yeah. So he said that you need
Yeah.
to separate if you want to keep it.
Yeah, you have to isolate it.
Yeah.
You have to isolate. But based on my personal experience, it's actually making the cacao, the chocolate more interesting because it infuses other characteristics to the cacao. You see? So every seed has to be pollinated by a single pollen. So you can have white beans, purple beans. So you can have a mix
Wow.
of color in one pod.
In one
Wow.
In one pod. In one pod. That is something we experience. In fact, on a one tree, a pod can be all white and the other one can be pink and white. Yes.
Depends from which
Which
tree
tree got the
pollinated.
pollen?
Yeah.
Yeah, pollen. Yes, that's something that we also realize, no? That isolation of the tree, if you want purity, is important. But for planting material, it doesn't matter because we're doing a graft. So a graft is coming from a scion that is an exact clone of what you have.
Uh-oh.
The
Yeah.
pod, when you're growing the seed, this is no longer true to type to the where it came from because of the cross.
Yeah.
It's just that for making chocolate, this might even be more interesting. Yeah. Okay. So this is another variety of cacao. This is from Cebu. This is Toledo.
Toledo.
Mm.
Namunganahan, Toledo.
Yeah.
Andanon.
So mostly sikwate or the chocolate drink is more practiced in the Cebuano speaking areas. Sa south, sa oriental, Dumaguete, Cebu.
Ito na yung mga baligyan dali way kaya sa atin sa ilang
Yeah.
very common.
So this is another variety, but
Variety.
this is more of an overripe variety.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is already right.
This can be our lunch.
Yeah, and this one already gives you the white, no, with a trace of light brown or light violet on the side. So, which means to say that you get varieties, and it will give you different characteristics. No? So this is the white bean. Okay. You want to have it? You're planning to have one?
You mean to plant?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in the garden as an ornament, but
Yeah.
He wants chocolates. Let's put
Chocolate. So we now have a variety of color of pods. This is the one that we found here in Pandanon. This is the one in Pinamungahan that has been crossed, and this one is at Toledo. No?
Toledo.
Toledo. Cebu. Yeah. This line here of cacao is from Lemery, Batangas. That one is Batangas. We found it growing in front of a house that a grandmother of a grandmother was the one who planted it.
Yeah.
So the original tree there that we found, we estimated it, counted it, it's about 90 years old. And it was self-compatible. It had no other cacao growing beside it, but it was still productive. Yeah, so one characteristics of Criollo is most Criollos are self-compatible. They can produce their own pods. Yeah, we will try to see what this is. I think this is a hybrid.
and new varieties were also introduced in the Philippines.
Yes, yes.
Besides this traditional.
Yes, yes.
And And then it was more for industrial production, or
Yes,
also for
industrial production.
Yeah.
Nobody was into chocolate making here, and
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that was all go.
yeah,
As
it
a
was
raw material.
exported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Research.
Yeah.
So this is a Trinitario. You can see the difference in color.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
a real
really
purple.
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where you get your phenols. The bitterness basically comes from there, and it's also healthy. The purple color gives you the phenols. So, so it's more on the purple side. So you have a range of color. The white oxidizes very fast
Yeah.
when exposed to the air. That just give you an idea of the varieties that you have, and that influences flavor and aroma of your chocolate. Yeah. So we're learning. We are trying to observe the varieties that we have here, how it's reacting in the weather, the climate, the soil.
The different soil
Because
or
there are
altitudes.
varieties that can give you very high productivity in the mid elevation, but not very well performing
On
in the
sea
lowland.
level,
Yeah,
lowland,
yeah. So those are part of the things that we have to observe. Uh, the ones in CY, the ones in Talisay, the ones that we planted, that's about 30 hectares now planted to different cultivars of the white bean cacao. And
Big farm.
yeah, people came to taste the cacao chocolate coming from those beans. And uh, Chloe, who is a Venezuelan, but a French Venezuelan, she's known for her the way she tastes chocolate. She's respected for her opinion,
taste,
how she
her
tastes.
opinion, yes.
We were able to bring her over, and she tried making chocolates out of the beans. And he was telling us that yes, no problem with quality of the chocolate that you can produce out of these beans. It can go on the top of the shelf. Now the question is the numbers in the field, how productive that these varieties are. These are things that you really need to know how because in the end the margins that has to be known for the cost and the productivity of the bean. So they are at that stage. Uh, uh, I am just a supplier of their varieties that I have here, and so far I think that they have to resolve the soil, the nutrition of their trees. They're trying to resolve it. We had scientists from Kate come also to give them opinions how to solve pests and diseases. And yes, as you mentioned, there is also problems with when it comes to diseases in cacao, which is all over. So you have to find the balance.
And here there is no issue with cadmium or any
So far,
contaminants?
no. The heavy metal is a concern.
Well, yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
here, but in Latin
No.
America, that is sometimes a big problem.
Yes, that's a problem. So far, there's no problem. It has been tested for cadmium, and it's a concern here because we are volcanic,
Volcanic area,
and
yes.
yeah, volcanoes usually have high cadmium. So, but so far, the results is positive.
Okay.
How far is Mount Talon from here? And only 25 kilometers, maybe? Or,
Yeah,
Too close.
we're overlooking.
Yeah.
It's just there, but it's
Yeah.
just covered with clouds. Yeah, all of these are really part of the adventure
Yes.
that we're having now. So I'm glad these two Germans here are interested.
Yeah, we're really interested to make a farm, but it should be local in Bago City.
Yeah,
and be-
Bago.
And
Yeah.
beneficial for the people
The
living here,
farmers.
for the farmers.
Yes.
And we don't really want to make a big production, maybe just local in Bacolod or
Artisanal
yeah.
chocolates. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
But I need to study how to make the chocolate first.
Yeah.
I'm not a...
YouTube is there.
Yes, yes. It's easy with
Yeah,
YouTube
yes,
or
yes, yes.
internet.
Internet, yeah.
Do your own research, really
Yeah,
easy
yes.
research.
We tried doing it, and it can be done. It's not really that it's not rocket science. It's the doing. What's important, you have to learn
Yeah.
doing it yourself.
Learning by doing, make
yeah,
some mistakes,
mistake,
but then you
learn from it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when it comes to chocolate, it's the preference is really individualized.
Okay.
What tastes good for me might not taste good for you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's a very complex. And when it comes to the quality of your bars, it varies from year to year, just like wine. There are good years, and and that's what make it better when you're artisanal chocolate, because you can always have an excuse.
It was a bad weather, the bad season.
This year is not that good.
Same for the wine. If
Wine,
you grow
yeah.
the
Oh.
vine, I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
one season is really good, then the
Yes,
next
yes.
season it can be, yeah.
Yes. So it's not very exact.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we are at that stage right now that we wanted more farmers to benefit from what we have found, and I think there are still some more that is still waiting to be found. Recently, we just found two trees in La Carlota,
Okay.
giving us the white films, and so we're trying to propagate it also. It's all over.
It's all over Negros and Cebu.
All over the country.
All over the country.
Yeah, because according to Dr. Phillips, the country has been producing this particular cacao for hundreds of years because there was no infusion during the time. That's why you find it all over the country. And it makes it a world treasure in a sense because of the genetics. He said, you just don't realize it, Chris, but the Criollos that you have here is a national treasure. And not only a national treasure, but a world's treasure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the big genetic banks in Latin America would like to have some of your
Yes.
For sure they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So that's where we are. Because to be frank about it, the Vietnamese guys wanted to get hold of it. The Japanese would like to get hold of it, but they offered to buy the farm because of because of the
Don't
farm.
sell it.
Because of the varieties.
People with the farm,
Uh-huh.
and they gave him, and they notify where they got the plant from, and then that is 80%. This is industrial. So he said they have Davao.
Yes.
So you might understand the abbreviations.
CRP, that's my variety.
Yeah. So you can try how it tastes to you. So these are high content, and then
This
it
one
means,
is Toledo, you see?
Toledo.
yeah, and then you think that from yours, even
This one.
if you make,
This is this one that's that's this one.
and this is Calabout, Calabout 54% from West Africa. This is so this is
actually,
you can try this too,
that
but
is,
this is from Europe. So it's
yeah.
not so relevant.
So that's a forastero.
It is it is just, I don't know what they put.
Yeah, the color itself will tell that it's a dark purple bean.
Yeah, but they put, that's sure, but they also put vanilla in it, I think. It is for commercialization. So
Already.
it is not artisan. This is for the chocolate making in Belgium. But now I want to try this one, because if this is yours and you said you can,
All of this is coming from.
it's coming, but this is the one that you said when it's very dark, it's even no need to put sugar, because I didn't try this. So, and he only gave it to us because he said, he didn't say I hate chocolate, but he said I don't like chocolate. But this comes from can I give you one? This comes from the people. So this is 80%. I would normally not eat this.
72. Yeah.
Oh, so please try.
Yeah, that's
80% chocolate.
Normally I go up to 70, and then I don't find it not sweet anymore. I eat chocolate because I like it, not because of the health.
70.
But this is amazing for 80%.
Yeah, you see, it's something that is inherent to the beans.
Do you like to
So
try?
when I do my own pastry making,
Well, you
I
close
use the
packet
darkest I
now.
use is 68% from Madagascar, single origin.
Single origin.
But that is being sold in Europe by this Callebaut multinational. So that is not artisan at all.
Mm.
But they sell it at a premium price.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Some people may like this.
Yeah.
It's a bit sour.
Yeah.
Little, but
So it becomes more of a citrusy.
Yeah. Do you like another? Yeah.
Latte.
So this came from the people who have a very large farm,
Yes.
and they
I supply their seedlings.
get all their knowledge from outside the country. That's from your farm actually, or Criollo's?
Creole.
Yeah.
one seed of me.
Yeah.
This one here, that one here is this one.
Okay.
The ones we just,
Shall I?
the ones that we just tried.
You like coffee with it?
So that is the. Yeah, I think we just.
And it's all 80%, no?
Yeah.
So it's not bitter.
80, another 80.
Well,
Yeah, it's you can really, because that's a point that was made by the judges, that it's still palatable to eat even without sugar.
Yeah.
yes.
That's something that gave point to the making, the deciding that gold, for the gold.
Wanna try?
And
While working.
and for the effort,
Now keep some for him.
this is what we got.
Oh,
This is the award that.
wow.
For the gold.
Are you? Do you know people here who are going to this very large conference in Brussels next month?